Hi. Today I'm going to go over two topics that we get asked about quite a lot by people who are learning to use Google Meet. And the first is how to share your screen in Google Meet. And the second is how to share video during a virtual class session using Google Meet. So we'll talk first about screen sharing, and then we'll talk about sharing video because it's a type of screen sharing that's used in special circumstances. So here I am in this Meet call with me and a fake student, myself. And I'm going to move my mouse around in the call until this white bar comes up at the bottom. And this is a menu you might be familiar with. This is also where you mute yourself, for example, or hang up the call. So I want the Present Now option on the right. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to be given three options. One is to present my entire screen, so that would mean that anything that I can see or that I'm doing on my monitor, my students would be able to see that, so it's great if you want to show stuff in multiple programs. The second option is to share a single application window. So for example, if I wanted to share things that are in 3 different browser tabs, but I don't want to have to worry about my students accidentally seeing the Excel spreadsheet that I use to keep track of their grades, which is also open on my computer, I could share just that window of the browser and switch easily from tab to tab. And then my third option is to share just one tab. And this can be a little cumbersome if you need to show more than one thing, but it's great if you only need to show one thing, and it's the best way to show video. So we'll come back to share a tab, and for right now we'll look at sharing the entire screen. So I'll choose that option. Now, if you have only one monitor, or if you're using a laptop that's not hooked up to another monitor, that will go straight to share mode. I happen to have 3 monitors, and I know many people right now have 2. So Meet will give me an option about which screen I want to share. And I'm just going to choose this screen, my default screen, which is my laptop monitor, and select that. Now, right now we're headed into sharing mode, and this can take a little time. So you can see here that Meet immediately puts up this little reminder that I'm sharing my screen, and that will show up even if I switch applications. And then once it's fully sharing, it will put up this box that reminds me that I'm presenting to everyone. And both of these give me an option to get out of screen sharing mode. So once I'm in this mode, I don't really want to stay on the screen. It's boring for my students because remember, they're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. But if I wanted to, for instance, show them a different tab, maybe I want to show them how to find an old class video in Panopto, I can select a different tab. Maybe I want to show them something in a different program. So maybe we want to look at this picture of my brother and sister-in-law's cat just to relax and take a breath for a minute. I can easily do that. And I can do it just like I would navigate between different windows and tabs myself. So very simple way to screen share. And when I want to stop screen sharing, I'll just come back to the meeting where I can see all my students and hit stop presenting. So one thing that's important to note there, and in most cases with screen sharing, is if you're showing something through screen sharing, you are not going to see your students at the same time. Now let's talk about video. Video sharing through a video conference class is a little difficult. Many people ask us, can I show a DVD in a video conference class? Or can I show a video that I have saved on my computer? And unfortunately, the answer is that Meet does not have a good way to do that. And that if you typically say show a DVD in the classroom in a normal semester, then your best solution is to talk to the library and see if they can help you find a different format or a streaming resource for that movie or clip or whatever it is you're trying to show. The reason is that typically a video call just doesn't stream at a fast enough rate for it to be worthwhile to try to watch a video. You'll get really choppy video and terrible sound if you try to do that. However, Meet does offer us one solution for showing videos that are already online. So the example we'll use today is a YouTube video. I'll go back to this Present Now button, and this time I'm going to select a single tab, and we'll see here that this says Best for Video and Animation. And to make this work, you need to be using the Google Chrome browser. So I'll choose Share that tab, and I'll get a list of all of the tabs that I have open on my computer. And if you're going to do this, it's important to queue up the video that you want to use in advance and have that waiting in another tab so you can just select it later. So for instance, I have this video here on YouTube. This is a video by Betsy Ellen Pennebaker from the Core Division on how to light your office at home for video. I recommend it. And I can go right here into YouTube. Now students will see only what is in this blue box. You see this blue box around the tab that we're sharing. They're only gonna see that. And that's really helpful if I don't want them to see what the rest of my tabs are. And then I'll be able to play this video, turn the sound on, and they'll be able to watch it at a very high quality, almost like watching a YouTube video on their own. I'm not going to play it right now because to make this video that you're watching, I have to run an extra piece of software that will cause this video to play at a low quality, and it won't be a good demonstration of what you'll be able to achieve in class. So that's how you show a video in YouTube or Vimeo. And when I'm done sharing this tab, I can just hit stop up here. And that will take my students back to the normal grid view in the video call, and I can just jump back over there and continue class. So that's how you share your screen and share video. I hope that's helpful, and thanks for watching.